crafters, welcome to Create at Home with Elf Creations and my first design sim video on this channel. This will be my last video on this channel until the new year, and the last video on my G's creation, soon to be Create at Home with G, will be on Friday, which will be my home tour. Going to be a 6x6 card, and I'm using my 300 GSM cardstock, which is really heavy cardstock. I've got an idea in my head. I don't know if it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, you're not going to see this video. If it happens, then you'll see it. I think I'm going to be using this gorgeous stamp set from Maymay, and it's just called Wonder. And I've got two types of vellum. I've got the one that's almost sheer. Now Maymay does stock vellum. This is vellum from my store. And then this one here, it is still see-through, but it's a lot thicker, and it's kind of an aged vellum. So what I might do is, and I'm going to be using this Echo Park 6x6 paper pad, and this is the Wise Men. So I'm going to use this one, I think, the kind of almost see-through one, or should I use the thicker? Decisions. What? I really like this this plaid. So let's put that to one side. I'm just going to cut this plaid down so it's 6x6. So that should now sit on my card base perfectly. Okay, which it does. So I'm going to cut, which one shall I do? Let's try this vellum here. So I'm going to cut this down so it's just under the 6-inch line. Have I got enough to do it so it's... No, you have to get a fresh piece. I don't have enough full-size sheet there to make it the size that I want. So I'm just going to get another sheet from my stash, and we're going to cut it so it is about 1/8 of an inch shorter than 6x6. So I'll just show you what I mean. So this is the 6x6 paper pad, and I get about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, but you can see through because of it being vellum. Right, now let's have a look. I need to put those to one side. Need to bring down my scrap paper, and let's do some stamping. Let's use this stars and dots, and I'm going to be using my Fiskars press. And I'm going to be using some Acorn Brown Nouveau hybrid ink, and this is an ink available from Maymaymadeit.com. As always, there will be links from Maymay in the description box, which is the show more, and obviously in the comments, and I will do a blog post to go with this DT video. Oh, that looks nice against the vellum. Okay. The first time I'm playing with this stamp set. Just clean it off. Just using a baby wipe to clean it off. And I also want to use do I want to use this squiggly line? I do, but I want it to go in a different direction. And I'm going to use the Nouveau ink Poppy Red, just to add a bit of Christmas red into the mix. I love these Nouveau inks, never used them before. this stamp set is lovely. It's almost like a build your own stamp set. Okay, now which sentiment do I want to use? Do I want to use joy, or wonder, or peace? Okay, I'm going to do this Christmas season. We are celebrating the wonder of the greatest gift of all. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So this Christmas season, we are celebrating the wonder of the greatest gift of all. And I'm going to emboss those. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, or at least turn it over so it's not so busy. So the first line I need to use is this Christmas. I'm just going to use my Happy Bug, and this is my little static free pouch. Okay, so I'm going to use my table to help me get the sentiments in the right place. I'm just going to lay them out on the card first, making sure I have enough room for all this what I want to say. This season we are, what did I see we are? This season we are celebrating the, actually I can probably bring this down a bit. If you've got a Misty, then you can use that. My Misty is the mini Misty, so it'd be too small for this, but I quite like doing things like this, just, you know, having an idea in your head and then seeing if it works. The wonder, of the greatest gift of all. Now I think I'm going to use my Fiscus press again, because that's a lot there. So I can use my Fiscus. Fantastic. And I'm just going to use a tiny bit of washi tape to secure it to my workstation. Now let's use my embossing ink. This embossing ink has a pink sheen to it, so I'll be able to see that I've got it all in the right places, but I'm going to give it a good coverage because obviously it's a big sentiment to not get. Right. Okay, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, down. Okay, crafters, wish me luck. Going to peel this off, and using the Nouveau embossing powder, and I'm going to use the one that is, if I can find it, and this is classic gold, so I'm going to use this. Okay, making sure to keep all of this. As this is vellum, I'm not going to use the high setting on my heat tool. I'm going to use the cooler one, and I'm just going to take my time. So I'm going to heat it up, and I'm going to use the lower setting, but with some distance between me and the gun. Okay, so it took a bit longer, and as you can see, some of the embossing powder got caught on the red and on the Nouveau acorn brown, which is absolutely fine. That doesn't bother me at all. So let's get to constructing the card. So let's move that to one side. We have our 6x6 card base. We have our insert, which is from the 6x6 paper pad Wise Man, or Wise Men I should say. Right, now I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a trail of art glitter glue just around the edge. And we are going to put that on top of the, oops, I may have to go over it with my heat tool because I think it's a bit warped. You could put it underneath a few books just to flatten it out. But I'm just going to put some glue. And let's try again. Now I'm going to use this Nouveau glitter drops, and this dries with dimension. So if you don't want, you really don't see the glue here, but to stop any of the glue being seen, I'm going to run a bead of this Nouveau drops all the way down these two edges, so that kind of covers up any of the art glitter glue. You don't really see it, but if you really don't want to see it at all, then this is a good way to hide it. And there we have, I think, a very special looking card. I think that's rather nice. I do love the vintage kind of look, and the embossing powder, the embossing against, and then having the paper being seen through the inside. I do like that. I think I might just put a few of these dots just to give the card some sparkle and interest elsewhere. So there we go, crafters. Another way you can use all the Nouveau products available from Maymay, and using the new vellum that Maymay stocks. As I said, this is the vellum from my stash, but Maymay does stock vellum. Thank you for joining me, crafters, and this last video for Maymaymadeit design team for 2017, and I'll see you again in January of 2018 on this channel. Take care now, bye bye.